Sell in May? Well, not today. Stocks surged higher with traders taking back and making back all of the losses from yesterday. And that's after first-time jobless claims fell by 18,000 last week, dropping to a more than 5-year low, and on hopes that an interest rate cut by the European Central Bank will help jumpstart the Eurozone economy. Well, taking a look at how the numbers finished on Wall Street, the Dow rose 130 points, the Nasdaq was up 41 on the strength of technology stocks, and the S&P 500 added nearly 15, just enough to reach another all-time closing high.
Well, Sue, in addition to the weekly jobless claims numbers, planned layoffs in April dipped 23% to their lowest levels of the year so far. That according to the monthly survey from the outplacement firm Challenger, Gray and Christmas. So with tomorrow's jobs report looming on everybody's mind on Wall Street and Main Street, let's talk to John Challenger. Mr. Challenger, welcome. Good to have you with us. You know, one of the things that struck me, apart from the individual monthly numbers for April, which were down in terms of planned layoffs from March, was the fact that this year's numbers cumulatively, the year so far, almost exactly matched the number of layoffs planned at this time a year ago. What does that tell you?
Well, the layoffs have been steady this year. They haven't been heavy, though. These numbers are very light. These were the lowest numbers we'd seen, monthly numbers for layoffs, since December. You combine that with these very low weekly jobs claims, and those were expected to go up. So they came down, a big surprise. I think that fueled the market, but it also fueled hopes that more companies are poised to do some of the hiring that's been missing over the last several years.
We can certainly hope that that's the case, John, but there were certain sectors or areas, if you will, that saw more job cuts than others. What sectors were those?
Well, we saw heavy job cuts, heaviest in retail. Retail has been hit hard. Consumer spending has been down. There's real concern that with the payroll tax hikes, that consumers just don't have as much money in their pockets. Consumer confidence is not strong. So retail seems to be one of the areas that's getting hit hard. But there are areas that are growing, too.
Such as?
Are
well,
there
healthcare,
any? Are there? Oh, good.
Healthcare, energy,
John, I'm sorry.
Housing, construction. Those are areas that have been seeing job growth over the first quarter in the economy.
Are you seeing, John, any indication that the federal spending cuts, the so-called sequester, is driving any layoffs in a measurable way?
Well, we didn't see it this month in terms of government job cuts or even defense industry job cuts, but we know that that's coming. Certainly those budgets are being slashed. Those kinds of announcements are going to be certainly ones we see in the summer throughout 2013, because they're just not going to be as much in the budgets to go around. So we will see more job cuts there going forward.
You know, John, I find it interesting that healthcare is on the list, yet when you talk to, stock analysts, they say that healthcare is the area, in many cases, that's starting to grow. So why would that particular area see a significant number of job cuts?
Well, healthcare, we saw some job cuts, but it is an area, where we are seeing growth. That's what I was saying. Healthcare is, there's always change going on in every sector, but healthcare has been creating jobs consistently, net new jobs, really more than any other sector in the economy. And with the new healthcare laws coming on board, there's another 30, 40 million people who will have access to healthcare services that really didn't before, at least not to this degree. So healthcare is likely to be a net job creator for some time to come.
John, why do these numbers seem, or correct me if I'm incorrect, why do they seem so lumpy, so volatile? The February federal jobs report was very good. Then March turned out not to be good. Your numbers indicate a similar kind of lumpiness.
Well, certainly it depends on sometimes situations that occur month by month. The weather affected job creation seemingly in the month of March, where just 88,000 jobs were created. In the month before, it was almost 250,000 jobs. So you have to look at these numbers not on just a week-by-week basis in the case of the jobless claims, or even on a monthly basis sometimes in the case of the unemployment report, but more by quarter, by what's happening. And one of the key issues out here right now is that we are seeing job openings really now at a very high level, highest in 5 years. In fact, a real it's tied right into the fact that jobless claims, weekly jobless claims, that's layoffs, are at a 5-year low. Job openings that are a 5-year high. You would think, unless this economy stalls, we're going to see more job growth and the unemployment rate drop as we move forward into the new year, into the summer.
John Challenger, thank you very much for being with us. John is with Challenger Gray and Christmas.